So here's my setup. I managed to get the lenses quite close together, so it should be quite accurate. Hello. You see, this is a bracket from years ago when I had a DSLR and put the flash off camera to minimize red eye. And it's been sitting in a drawer not doing much. I almost threw it away. Okay, this is the first test of comparing my iPhone 12 and my GoPro 11. They're not the latest models, but the quality's going to be the same. So this is a really good comparison. Also testing out the new Bluetooth microphone, so I'll be listening out for any glitches in the sound. So these are both on the wide setting, so they should roughly be the same, picking up the same light and the same background. I'm going to be putting it in the open like this on grey days with no wind, up against the tree line there, so you can see what happens when it gets a bit darker. We're going to go inside the hide. We're going to see small areas of brightness, i.e. windows, and how that affects the camera's quality and exposure. So here at the moment, the sun is probably over there somewhere behind the clouds. This is the perfect day to try. So we're going to now move over to the tree line and see how that does. There's no wind at the moment, which is nice. Oh, birds. I'm trying to keep my eye on birds and not get too excited. We're here for the video, okay? So now we have more of a darkened background with the tree line behind me. Sun's over that way. Grey skies. I can't even take any flight shots because it's so dark. This is just to see how both cameras handle the lower light, how much detail and noise is going to be in the footage, and we can decide from then what's going to be the better camera. This will also help us decide in the future whether it's worth using the GoPro or the iPhone, or in some instances when the GoPro is better than the iPhone. Okay, now we're facing away from the sun, where the sun it's behind the cloud. I don't know what this is going to look like until I get it on the computer. So we want a really good comparison of all the different angles on cloudy days, sunny days, etc. So yeah, the sun is probably over there somewhere, and yeah, we'll go and check out the hide at some point, because that's going to be various lighting conditions, and it's going to be inside. So we're going to see who does better with noise and changing lighting conditions with the windows. Bit of footage of the river. It's low down and dark, so just seeing how much detail comes out in this. Remember that the lenses aren't going to be the exact same. There's going to be missing some of that sky. How's it dealing with that? Now, while we're here, we'll do a spin round and see how the light changes in the camera and the movement of the stabilizer. Okay, we're just going to go into the hide with the varying light. Let's see how both cameras cope with the change outside then inside. That noise is my umbrella scraping on the handrail. And the sun needs to go down, please. Okay, right, how are we handling this? Yeah, when I filmed the other day, just using the GoPro, it's quite strong lighting conditions, and it just made everything inside dark as it exposed for the outside. Let's have a look up there. That'll give us an indication of grain in the low light. It's also an auto white balance, so it'd be interesting to see how warm and exposed. They're both on auto white balance, so it'd be interesting to see which gets better color. Deals with some of those reflections. Okay. So normally I would film from this angle. When I last took some footage from the GoPro, it was very dark. I was dark. The outside was well exposed. So I'm just going to sit here and see how the cameras pick me up. There's a couple of coots and moorhens. Moorhens can see that window. The moorhen is maybe 10-15 meters away, and it can see that little bit of movement and just bolts. Great eyesight. So this would be my normal photography angle, and I'm looking to see how well both cameras expose me, can take into consideration the light outside and the light inside, and on a gloomy day today. So today we're going to have a look for some snipe that have been in there the last couple of weeks. Apparently there's been 5, I've seen 3 at most. Okay, we're going to have a little walking comparison, selfie stick style. The weather has got much better. There's a nice warmth in the sky, even though it's still grey out there, so footage should look noticeably better. And that's what a lot of people use the GoPro for. They're going to put it on surfboards, skateboards, boats, things that get in maximum width, especially if they want to be in the shot themselves. So if, obviously if it's on the front of a skateboard or a surfboard, iPhone in an underwater case isn't going to cut it. A little bit of spinny roundy. Am I in the center? Am I? That's it. Make sure we're more central. Yep. This will show how much they hold up under image stabilization. Do some random spins. This is good because it will show how much it sort of makes sure it doesn't overexpose the sky and underexpose me. And then when we do this, is there a lot of noise in the image? Might even be able to get some flight shots. It's got a bit lighter. Okay, we found the linear mode for both cameras, so they should be pretty much bang on for orientation and width. So still cloudy, but we're gonna just keep walking and have a look at the different lighting conditions. So the sun is behind the cameras. Just want to see how it picks up the water in the background, and then let's go under this tree for some darkness, cutting out as much of the sky as possible. Something spooked everything. The birds over there. Trying to make sure I'm in the center. There's a lot of construction going on over there, so I finally got a bit of sun. I've been wanting some strong sunlight because I've got most other lighting conditions. Now I need to see how the two cameras deal with a circuit of changing strong sunlight. So let's just do a little spinning round. Remember the rule, don't get between you and the sun or else you get a shadow. So This is one of the true tests with the sun behind you. How does each camera expose? Oh, that's bright. Perfect conditions for it. Okay, this is the perfect lighting test. The sun's just setting right underneath a big thick bit of cloud, so we'll be able to see. Jetties, thank you very much. So we'll really get a good bit of footage here to see the difference between the two cameras. Oh, the sun's really bursting now, sunset. Do a little rotation. Tried my best to keep the cameras lined up. There's a lot of fiddling around. The golden hour. The sun has gone down. A great time to see the low light performance of both of these. Still a decent amount of light. It's literally only just gone down. So let's have a little sweep around for silhouette exposure. Facing the sun now. And then above. So conclusion, iPhone versus the GoPro for vlogs outside. Now, I'm going to be sticking with the iPhone basically because I think the quality is better. When I'm walking along and holding on a selfie stick, I'm going to want to be the attention when I'm speaking, and the quality is unmatched compared to the GoPro to stick with the iPhone. Now, the GoPro does give a better depth of field. So if I'm out and about in nature, some good scenery, and I'm talking and hands are going everywhere and look at this and look at that, I'll go GoPro because I want a better depth of field, which the GoPro has. The iPhone seems to focus on you and slightly blurs out the background. What I did notice when I was on a recent trip is when I turn my face away from the camera on the iPhone and point behind me, it focuses sometimes on the background, which is good. That's a good little trick. And then I turn back and it refocuses on me, which is ideal. So overall, iPhone's better in most situations. Better in low light, better after the sunset, before the sunset. The GoPro tends to be sharper throughout if there's plenty of light, and the iPhone handles changes in lighting conditions. So if I'm standing with the sun behind me and filming, I won't just be a silhouette, which can happen with the GoPro, whereas the iPhone seems to give a better, it takes into account the light of the sky and the light of the ground. So if the sky is kind of overcast but bright, and that means the ground is in shadow, the iPhone handles it much better than the GoPro. The GoPro just turns you into a silhouette. It's completely unusable. So yeah, iPhone for most things, and there'll be instances where I'll go GoPro.